Ahoy, mates and mermaids! Another adventures of Captain's Chronicles and his guests. Tonight's guest is a good buddy of mine I met last year at the 80th rally. We've been friends ever since we met. We got a couple crazy stories to tell you guys tonight. But let me introduce my friend, Mr. Lee. You drinking already, Offset?
Oh, yeah. Let's start early.
You all right? You all snuggled
Yeah,
in
I'm
there?
good.
All right. You can sit on my lap if you want to.
Oh, baby.
Oh, damn.
So we're supposed to keep that quiet.
Oh, we are. Don't tell nobody we're live.
Oh.
So I met Lee at the 80th. Lee, what kind of brought you to the rally?
Well, I've always wanted to go. Basically, finally had the opportunity to do so. So I jumped in my truck and said, I'm going. And, well, ended up at the rally. Had a really good time. It's pretty interesting.
Had you ever heard of the motorcycle rally before that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've had friends come, heard stories, finally figured, hey, it's time for me to do this. So, jump in my little pick 'em up, and here I am.
You were, like, I saw your pickup truck at the hotel, and I drove by it every day I went to work, and then all of a sudden one day your pickup was there at my work.
Yeah.
So it was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Figure why not? If I'm going to be there, may as well work and make some money at the same time.
Right. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I mean, like you learn too from working there with me is, it's all right until the actual rally, and then it's like you want to be just like everybody else and be out there drinking every night, partying.
Yeah, it's like a puppy dog in the window, man. You're sitting there watching them all go by. You're like, come on, dude, I gotta go play. Yeah, that was the hardest time of my life was actually watching all that partying going on, and I wasn't there in the middle of it. I did get in the middle of it here and there, because, had to do something.
Right.
But,
Plus, there was a couple times you were walking around and shopping.
Yeah.
Checking security.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that.
Well, I didn't care. I've been there myself.
Right.
But I told you that was kind of like the main thing, too, when you actually work the rally and then kind of party in the rally. Like, we went out a couple nights. I was your foreman at this little burger shack place. And, one night we kind of closed it down early and we walked up and down the alley, and I introduced you to some people that I've met over the years. And we had like, you and John had a big old cock.
I'd break out the cock show and was up.
All right.
So, yeah, we had a little cock. I didn't remember it, though. He actually had to show me the video. Found some moonshine that day. It was a very, very interesting day.
That was apple moonshine, and then we had the daiquiri machine. Remember that?
Yeah. You get that.
That was a good one. Them people too. Every year I see them down there. Every year they tell me, say, "Hey, come party with us." I'm like, I'm on the clock right now, but half the employees are here partying anyways. But
I think that was the hardest part. It's, come on, come party with us. I want to, but this guy chasing me down every time I sneak off.
But there was several nights too that it was kind of dead. But another thing that's a lot of nice expensive bikes that were parked in front of us. There was a lot of bikes around us.
Oh yeah, I was drooling half the time. I mean, some of the most gorgeous bikes you've seen. I've seen some nice bikes before, but wow, they're just on parade for me. Yeah, I just want to knock the dude off. I want to take this one.
Right, and then some of them you're just like, I don't know. That's a $60,000 bike.
Right, you don't scratch that thing at all.
Right.
Yep.
And then the first day we actually met, Matt, I was getting another employee out of jail, and you were already working that day with the other foreman guy, John.
Oh.
And I drove up and I was like, "Hey, bitches!" And everybody was like, "Hey, he's almost gonna beat your record." And weed whacking trees the fastest. And I'm like, okay, whatever. You guys are praising the new guy too much,
Well, for that damn weed eater.
Yeah, right. I sabotaged it.
He
broke
did.
it down.
Well, John taught me how to wire it backwards. I think he's going to have you out on that.
Right? Nobody's going to beat the captain.
Right?
Wow.
But yeah. So it was weed whacking hell for a while.
And we did every day at lunch. I have lunch with my employees at least. You're offered to go into town to have lunch, or you can go just hang out with employees and have lunch.
Yeah, you get an hour.
So. Right. And that's not bad. I mean, it's not.
No, I worked out. It was hot.
Yeah, weed whack it too, and that's kind of, I try to make it fun, or, because weed whack isn't fun doing 600 acres of trees. And, the scenery gets the same after a while. So, got to come up with some games, or you got to come up with something, And then some of them days it's 100 degrees. And that's not like South Dakota heat's different from like Arizona
so
heat.
I've learned.
Right. From working weed whacking,
Yeah, oh yeah.
You can explain to them, it's not like.
No, it's not that dry heat. No. It's kind of between Vegas and the southern desert, like California. So it's very moist and just very hot.
Right. But not humid like the South.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird heat.
Yeah. It sucked either way. It was hot.
And I've had people go, hey, I'm from Arizona. I can handle the heat, blah, 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 blah. And then 10, 15 minutes weed whacking, they're like, I'm going to die.
Right?
But there's one thing with my crew, too. Like, I watch you guys jump in, like, the creek that runs through. I get in there myself, and jump in there, and we get all cooled off and then go back to work.
Right.
But that seems to help a lot, and some employees you have to watch extra hard, Teenagers, they're always fun. They like to weed whack together.
Yeah, weed whacking and find them napping here and there.
Right, that's it.
Tails, circle jerks here and there,
Jeez, I didn't see none of that.
I didn't either. I just imagine they disappear for a little while like that. So I was guessing. I don't know.
We were both on rider lawnmowers one day, and we were kind of like tandem. We were all three. There was three of us. And I was in the lead, and then I think Lee was right. No, you were in the lead, and I was right behind you. And then
it was you, me, dude, and then you.
Reverend.
Yeah, Reverend. Yeah, preacher.
Preacher, yeah. Preacher's another character. You can tell them
about. Oh, jeez, yeah. Wow, he's called preacher because he preaches. And when you say he preaches, he bitches, and that's all he does is bitch. There is nothing that makes that man happy at all. Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, okay.
So we called him preacher because
he preached
preached and bitched and bitched. So I just said, hey, man, dude, you're just bitching all day long, and we're all tired of it. It's negative.
Yeah. Oh.
Teenagers ain't working for me. They ain't working for you. I don't know, unless you're giving them some candy or something.
Maybe that's what his problem was.
Could have been. I don't know. But everything was a bitch, everything he bitched about, it's the same thing that everybody had to deal with every day anyway. So,
yeah.
But it made it more funny just making, giving them the name Preacher. Preach it, preacher. Go ahead. Tell me, preacher. Tell me what you got to preach about. Come on.
Yeah, I hit
lay the gospel on me.
I hit the floor the first time I heard that.
But that was the thing too, is you camped out there, and I have a house in town. And,
yeah.
We hadn't really became friends at that point. You were still an employee, and I was kind of a foreman. But you guys called me up one night and wanted to know what the best steak place was.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, tell them.
So we called around for a lot of places, and a lot of places weren't serving steak. They were waiting for the rally. So it's just prior to the rally happening. So I called around finally. Captain's guy, he lives here, so let's give him a call. So I called and I'm like, dude, where's the best steakhouse around here? Do you or just steakhouse? We need it. He's all, well, try Roscoe's. Call Roscoe's up, and they're like, yeah, we're open. Mobbed up there. Oh man, you talk about one of the best steaks they've ever had. I mean, the guy that owns that, I forget his name. I want to say it's Roscoe, but I don't believe it was. He raises his own Angus cows. It all comes from him. He gets it butchered and delivered. It's pricey, about $50 a plate. Well, $50 a plate, but it is damn well worth it. It was some damn good ribeye. So yeah, steakhouse. If you're ever here, Roscoe's, guys, definitely hit it up. I think that's my plug for the day.
Oh,
I don't know.
Roscoe, yeah. Sponsored by Roscoe.
Yeah, right.
I took a shot. Your turn.
My turn.
Yeah. Another fun story is like I took my employees up and down the alley, like we were talking about earlier. They were having a cockfight with big old aired up cocks, and there was a Harley margarita thing down there that they make margaritas with a Harley engine. And we're walking back, and we happen to see the bikini wash girls, and
they were nice, by the way.
Other girls, kind of stumbled across them all doing their thing out there in the open. And I was like, all right, you guys can watch or whatever you want to do. And then all of a sudden, my oldest son shows up. I start talking to him. So we sit down at this picnic table. Chicks are flashing and having a good time. And, I'm sitting at the picnic table, and I got a couple other employees around us and campers. And all of a sudden, Lee just goes, I want her and her and her to give me a blowjob. I'm like, dude, we're at a picnic table. I mean, I know these girls, yes, but I don't know them like that or anything like that. To just go, hey, this is my employee, Lee. He needs a little, But we're at one end of the picnic table and at the other, and Lee's pretty hammered at this time because
he's already moonshine.
It was moonshine.
Yeah. Well, started.
Yeah. I'm like, Lee.
I lost my truck that night, too.
Right. You lost your truck that night, which was at the campsite, which we never drove your truck. So.
Right.
Kept throughout the night. Hey, where's my truck? Where's my truck? Like, it's at campsite. Okay. I lost my truck.
Well, I can't help it. My truck kept wandering off. I don't know.
So I'm like, I'm looking at these bikini wash girls, and I'm like, sorry, girls, just a little bit too much sauce, He's just saying what all these guys are thinking. He just said it out loud, and they kind of give me that wink. Oh, Kappa, it's all right. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is your son. This is this, that. Yeah, this is my night cook. This is my day cook. It's my son. I think we need to go back to our campsite. He's a little trashed right now, so I think we need to, take him back. That was just like, the rally hadn't even officially started yet. That was just like one. I think maybe it was like a Thursday.
No, that was during the rally. Actually, it was right after it started.
Kind of like a Wednesday night.
Yeah, it was just like
Yeah, so it was pretty dead that time too, And so a couple days, and that's what I try to tell my employees too. If you're gonna get it out, day one, day two, get it done, get it over with. If you can't do it, then I just cut you. That's just pretty much the way it is, But that was another thing. How you got hired with me is, I had you on the weed whacking crew and mowing crews, and the bigger place. They were looking for the cooks and everything else and the waiters and everything, and they want cooks. So I was like, I wanted this guy, but then this guy was an alcoholic. So I was like, cut this guy right now, get him off the property. So then
Scotch.
I was like, well, if you got some cooking experience, and you're like, yeah, I got some cooking experience, and I'm like, okay, everybody can cook ramen noodles at home, So then we started talking. We talked about pizzas, I think, because that was one of the main things that night. And
that's when I was showing you my pizza cart.
Right. Yeah. Little pizza cart you had.
Yeah.
And so we go to orientation, and they all send us all to one place. Cooks, servers, dishwashers, busboys. All your kitchen staff pretty much in one area, and then you kind of break off after that to your main chef, and then I'm a chef at I wouldn't even call it a chef. I just kind of run the ship over at another burger stand. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, so the way.
I've already run the tugboat, or I mean the big boat. Yeah, I've run that a couple times.
You got the tugboat now.
Right. So now I'm over to the little boat, and I don't mind that at all. Because I believe that's where the heart is, you know. Everything comes that way, one way or another.
Sure seemed to feel like it's right in the middle.
All right. But we're all there, and right off the bat, I was like, I want him. I want Lee. Lee's with me. I got him. He can handle me yelling at him and shit like that, you know. He didn't run away pouting like most of the other ones, or fuck you and blah, blah, blah.
I even took the rock to the head.
Yeah, right. We both did.
Yeah.
Blamed it on each other, and it was actually the other guy.
I know, right?
Damn preacher.
Yeah, no shit. That hurt.
Yeah. My ankle's still messed up.
Weren't you gonna tell what happened?
We'll come back to that one. So Lee's standing there with me, just like we are now, you know. And I'm like, I want Lee, and they're like, oh, okay, you can take him. So then they go, how many people have cooking experience? And then Lee raises his hand. I'm like, you're already on my team. You don't need to brag to the other team that you're going with me, and you know how to cook.
Yeah, so I can. Well, yeah, so I can hold or use a measuring cup.
Right.
So, well, yeah, of course. Who can't use a measuring? I mean, it's right there.
Did you see anybody else raise their hands?
Point.
I was like, put your hand down. You're with me. But you know, all in all, you know, they had a good team up there too. But I like where I'm at. It's fun. It's, you know, I get to be with customers more one-on-one, and that was kind of you too. You got to meet some of the customers and the campers. You know, once you clocked out, I didn't care what you did, as long as you showed up at work, and we had debates about that every day. You know, I'd be like, show up at like noon or 11, you know, and you'd be like, 3? This ain't non-negotiable. I said 3. Okay, 4? No. Noon? No.
Yeah, every time I showed my face early for any reason, oh, but clock in.
Yeah, go ahead, clock in. You want to? Yeah, might as well clock in. I ain't got nothing else I'm doing.
Yeah. There's nothing to do in the mornings. That evening, afternoon things. Well, I want to go play.
So, what do you think the average time was you got out of there at night? Like,
let's see,
midnight.
Well, it was 1 week we were out there at 2 half that week, but you said you were busy. And prior to that, I think the average, if you put the two together, probably about midnight. You averaged it.
And like I said, that first week before the official rally, it's just nuts. I mean, we had DJs out there, and we had crazy.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
You know.
Yes. At least we did have music the whole time. That was great.
Right. Entertaining, you know.
Yeah.
There was always something.
And there were titties. We got titties. So we did get that.
So when we closed down, it wasn't as hyped, you know, but there's still things going on during that alley time, you know. It's not like you totally missed out on everything.
That's true. I did get to play around here and there. Not as much as I'd like to have, but I did get to play around.
But like the morning cook, he has to be in bed before all that excitement happens, or he's up all night long, and then he has to be at work at like 5 going.
I know.
I got 6 orders to go up in the next 15.
Yeah.
You know, that's always hard too.
If I ever do it again, I'll go in like 10 in the morning until like 5 in the afternoon. That's
10 to 5.
10 to 5.
All right.
I work 9, but I also be recovering.
I want baker hours. I want to do
9 to 5. 11 to noon sounds bad.
Right. Yeah, I want that one too.
Mm-hmm. I deserve that one.
So yeah, we got in a rock fight, riding around on riding lawnmowers. It was you, preacher, and then me.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're all kind of like tandem through this RV park where if you do it right, all 3 lawnmowers can get one swipe, pretty much, you know. One guy comes back around the other way, and he gets all the other stuff, and then the other guys. You do it right, it looks like, I don't know, synchronized swimming or something, you know.
Essentially, you know, they're all dancing across.
Right, everybody's all vroom, 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 vroom. We had people recording us.
Yeah, we did. We had people
this way.
You
follow my track because your track will be there, and then his, and then this guy will come around, do this, and then he'll start. We got a lot of shit done that way, and it's.
Little side note though, those little things do badass wheelies. They do.
Company business. Yeah. No, they do wheelies.
It was fun.
So and oh look, we got old Legion in there. Mr. Long John himself's in here. Whew. He could tell some stories too. Might have him on as a guest. But old Long John, yeah. Oh yeah, what were we talking about?
We were talking about beating us up with the rocks.
Oh yeah. So we kind of screwed up on this tandem thing, like towards the end. He went one way, and the other guy was supposed to go the other way, but he didn't. He turned, and when he did, he shot my ankle with a big rock. And I thought it was Lee, so I turned my mower and I shot rocks at him and then hit him in the head. In the head, and my ankle like went. Whoop. Yeah. We're both like, oh shit, fuck yeah, fuck you, shit.
Yeah,
I can't shift my lawnmower. I'm like, I have to use my other foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun time. And I was like, all right, he's gonna work with me.
Right.
He's gonna come work with me during the rally. Oh, Wolf's in the house. Tori's in the house. Master Dawn. Kevin's in the house. Oh. Christina. Oh man. Wife must have sent out a whole bunch of messages to a bunch of people. But anyways, thanks for joining us. And yeah. How was camping out there?
Camping was fun. I had a good time camping out there. It was quiet. Well, most times it was quiet. We went from the back part of the lot to when I was working to down right in the middle heart of it all, right next to the food stand. So when I was over on the other side there, when I first got there for the first 2 weeks, I think it was very, very peaceful, very quiet. No one really bothered you. It was great. You got to see deers in the morning, and it was kind of cool. It's almost like you're really camping. And then, like I said, when we moved to the other side, well, it was loud, it was nauseous. People would pull up and be partying and stuff like that when we tried to sleep. So that was a little hectic, but I don't know, it wasn't so bad.
Right. I mean, it was cold a little bit some nights, but it wasn't too bad.
Well, I saw the weirdest thing. Of course, now everybody tells me this is normal. But I saw it rain, like a wall of rain. I've never seen that before. Like about 100 feet from me, there was rain. It was like pouring. Right where I'm at, there was nothing. There was no rain. I mean, it was cloudy and stuff, but no rain. But like 100 feet, it was raining. It was the weirdest thing. I walk over right by the fence, and I could walk into the rain and walk out of the rain. Walk in the rain, walk out of the rain. Never experienced anything like that. No. Yeah, people around here tell me it's normal.
I mean, it's a cloud, and it just
apparently it stops right here.
But also the same thing with windstorms and stuff, out here is a little bit different.
Yeah, it just gets windy. Oh my God. And it's the storms are kind of pretty cool. I mean, they light up the sky, to say the least.
Yeah.
Haven't seen too many of those,
compared to like cities.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up most of my life in Southern California, so I've been out in the Bay Area. And I haven't really ever seen a storm until I was visiting my friends in Vegas once. So, yeah.
Well, I went to 2 Live Crew.
I remember that.
All right, I think I just said, screw it, we're just closing down early or something. I can't remember what it was. It was like a Friday night.
What was it? We got off early for some reason. I think it was, what was it? Because you were going to go and I was going to stay. I was all bummed, but something worked out to where we were all able to go.
All right. I was just like,
I forget exactly what worked out. But
I just said, I'm going to take all my crew with me because if you're going to close us at 10 anyway.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Right.
We went after, yeah.
So.
That's right. That's right. We closed early because there was nothing going on.
Right.
And it was about Mom or whatever closed us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So, yeah, I was just like, let's.
Who was that played before him? God, I can't remember his name. Kitty Pablo. Oh, Kitty Pablo. Kitty Pablo. Kitty Pablo. That's right. Kitty Pablo. Yeah, I have video somewhere of it.
Yeah, for years I went to Jackal there.
Yeah.
Year after year after year. But usually, by Thursdays and Fridays, it's still kind of kicking off, and then by Saturday and Sunday, then it kind of dies down. But the Corona this year and everything else with it,
Corona.
by actual week of the rally, by Wednesday, it was almost like a ghost town compared to what it was the week before.
It really was. Like everything really happened before the rally happened. By the time the rally happened, it's kind of like the locals basically came in early, knew at a party, and then all your people from out come in. So they really kind of missed in the party, and that's kind of how it worked out. It's kind of really weird. But yeah, it appears that though basically everything happens prior to the rally. And then during the rally, I mean, it does happen during the rally for the first few days up to like literally Wednesday. And everybody's gone. It really is. It's just watching trailer after trailer bail. I mean, almost as fast as they came in. Almost. With them coming in, holy crap.
Yeah.
The city overnight.
Yeah, it is really. I mean, I work for Glencoe. I have no problem saying that or anything like that. It is like a mini city, like you said. You have
a mini Burning Man.
You have bartenders in, you have maintenance people that come in, you have housekeepers that come in, office people that come in. It's each one of these departments usually has one person or two people at the most at the beginning, and then all of a sudden it's right.
Bam.
Like orientation. We had 2 days of orientation. And it's like, holy smoke, I don't think I've seen half of these employees, you know?
It's like, bam, here it is.
Yeah. A lot of them just show up that day. They only do the 2 weeks, of the rally, which I don't recommend that, because if you're going to do that, you might as well show up like 2 days early to just kind of see.
Just kind of play.
Right. See your department, kind of go from there, where you want to camp. Because if you show up on the day you got to work, trying to set up a camp, trying to see that there's a party going on and you want to go, it's just, I've seen too many people just way down the drain.
I learned that myself, actually, because, there again, I didn't know what to expect. So when I came in, I stayed at that hotel. If I had known I could stay here and wait until I got my flight, I would have done that. But I stayed at that hotel and I didn't find out. So I stayed one more night because I said, hey, start tomorrow. I didn't know until a couple of weeks ago later that I could have actually stayed that night and been ready to go.
Right.
But no, so I was that fool that had to get there that day, set up my tent, and
that you had to work that day.
Yeah. I did set up my tent afterwards, and then go get dinner. I did go get some steaks, put them on. I got to the barbecue. That was pretty cool. So, and then I was told one of the best spots to stay was where I was at.
Right.
I mean, I was right next to the shop, so I could just mob right up there.
Well, that's where we have lunch, and that's where I start off with everybody, like, especially like, people that come out of state, or, I don't want to call you trans yet, but, just somebody that just, somebody right off the bus, just kind of like you city folks call it,
Yeah, pretty much. Well, right up.
So I'm like,
right up my little pick 'em up.
Right. So you were better than most, some were just hitchhikers.
I met a few of those, and they're trying to just chain, they make a couple bucks there and they go on, and nothing wrong with that. They're enjoying their lives.
Right. I mean, it's kind of interesting, you can tell by the time actual, I could tell a lot with the weed whacker crews, which ones are going to be great in their department. And other kids, you're just like, man, that kid's just gonna fail.
Oh my god! Yeah,
stapling his shoes all day.
The day I started, what was it? The next day, like 3 or 4 of them quit.
Yeah, 4 teenagers quit.
I was like, damn, what the hell?
I'm sick. I'm sick because I ride with this guy to work. I'm sick because I ride with this guy to work. Like, okay. None of them had corona. I just think they were just done weed whacking after the 3rd day. That was kind of funny, But we had a couple other teenagers that I didn't think were going to make it, and they actually stayed.
Like Clinton?
Yeah, Clinton.
Yeah, he was motivated, so to speak. Parents made sure he got his ass there.
Right. you know, and there was a couple times he was pretty messed up. Like I
That's
was
what
like,
motivated. His parents were. You
yeah,
better get
just standing there all hungover from partying the night before. Even my youngest boy, he had a little problems there a couple
times.
But all in all, it's really, if you get the job done, showing up is like 75% of the job.
It really is.
I'm security. I just stand here in the shade.
And a lot.
Can I take my lunch now?
You started.
Yeah, I'll take my hour lunch.
Right. Go sleep it off.
Right.
Yeah. I wanted to show up like that, but I never got the chance.
No.
As soon as I woke up, hey, you're up. All right, cool.
I wasn't like that. I was like, go take a shower first.
Yeah, right?
And then clock in.
Pretty much. You go take a leak. Oh, you ready to clock in? No, I just woke up and take a leak.
I have one of them famous breakfast burritos you guys talk about.
Yeah. This is gravy is what you guys were ranting and raving about.
Right.
Which wasn't bad. Pretty good. I mean, for baked stuff, pre-made stuff, it was pretty good.
Serve 84 biscuits and gravy in less than like 3 hours.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I didn't envy John in the morning.
All right.
I mean,
it's fun.
I kind of liked my hours, I started pretty much right when lunch would start. The lunch rush, it kind of sucks sometimes, but not always time.
Well, the year before, John was the night head guy,
Yeah, you're telling me that.
Right. We had 4 guys then. This year we were down to only 3 of us. So, that's where I was at.
Yeah, 3 of us for my first time. Thanks a lot.
Ooh, a 3-way.
Yeah, right.
And not the fun one.
No, it was not. It was definitely a 3-way. It was definitely a double 3-way.
But we made it work, and we all just kind of did what we needed.
You ditched me a couple of times tonight.
Did not ditch
you did too.
I knew you had it handled.
He ditched me. He's supposed to be up down me clothes. No.
By that time, I'm already on my 16th hour.
Oh, full on. He truly was only working maybe 2 hours in the morning.
2 hours. But there was one day I was clock in, work 3 hours, clock out, work off for an hour, clock back in, clock back out, clock in, clock out. I was just like, my whole time card was just like filled up in one day. It's like, what the hell was all this purpose for? Like, I'll take an hour lunch, and then I got to go to town to go get this. Then I got to go over here. Right. It was just like all a bunch of pain in the butt. And then I had to go on lunch break or after my own lunch break to go fire somebody.
Yeah, that was, I blame you for that one.
I was like, okay, whatever.
That was
Scotch. Clock out when you go fire him. What?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, it was whatever. Right. I did take my hour lunch then, I guess. I don't know. But we had some good times.
Yeah. We were overwhelmed once or twice, but yeah.
Oh, we had a lot of, crazy moments for just meeting each other then too this year.
Yeah.
Being Corona. I actually think I did, pretty good. The 79th, I did really good. I was only like 90 burgers short of tying up 79th for the Corona going on. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
So I was kind of expecting like to double or triple that, of being the 80th. And right. I actually came under a little bit, but on the other hand, it was still a blast.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't say it wasn't. I mean, it really was. There was always a highlight of some day. There was always some crazy shit going on somewhere. And you got to catch a glimpse of it. So,
Day or night.
Oh, yeah. Day, night, morning, it didn't matter. At some point in time, something was still going on somewhere.
So did you didn't really go downtown Sturgis during the rally?
I didn't do during the evenings or whatever, but I did go a couple times during the rally just to pick up some beers and stuff and, some steaks from the store because I like to cook my steaks at night, I would do that, but that I didn't really. I mean, it was crowded, wall-to-wall people. Right. So I did get to kind of see that or whatever. There were a lot of people there, but I didn't get to stop and check out what was really going on. I mean, I could have, but I didn't really go on my lunch breaks. So,
but as my years going to the rally, going down there once or twice, to walk it is. It's like this vendor has the same thing as this vendor has this vendor.
Yeah.
And but it is still cool to do it. But on the other hand, I think you have more fun out at the campgrounds, like the chip and throttle. You know,
I would agree with that.
Because,
yeah, I would agree with that. But at the same time, you got to play the tourist once in a while. You know, and
right.
I just haven't done that part yet.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I agree that the campgrounds would definitely had to be happening in a house a lot more, or a lot better than downtown, because stuff there was going off you aren't gonna see downtown. You're just not.
Right.
You're not. Downtown G-rated. This is triple X and then some. And I think I saw some monkeys and aliens, but well, I'm not sure.
But like the campground we worked at was still like, I call it XXX. And then when we went to the Throttle to see Two Live Crew, which, you know, Two Live Crew is Two Live Crew.
Yeah, Two Live Crew. I mean, that was great.
There was still chicks dancing with bikinis.
Yeah, pasties on it. Man, I was so disappointed. I was just disappointed.
But then you go back to work and there's a chick
everywhere.
Right, walking to the shower house.
Yeah, I'm gonna go motorboat that one and that one, and you know.
I'm gonna go motorboat.
We'll go motorboat.
Hey, don't mind this. I don't care if you're your husband.
Most of them, they don't mind. I was sitting there. In fact, I was taking a shower in this, and I was in. I think it was actually in the boys this time, not the co-ed. And I get out and there's this girl there, and she's dropped it, gorgeous, but naked, and dude standing next to her. Looked at her and we guys together. She's like, I'm like, bravo. She was just guard. I mean, I was bravo. She's all smiling. He's like, thanks, man. No problem, man. I mean, thanks for the show. You know.
I don't know if you remember. I know John does, and I know my wife does. But every morning that one chick walking by, I don't know if you ever saw her, but man, she had like,
yeah, they were like firmages.
They were basketballs to the firmest.
I wanted to do motorboat.
Right, like she was.
Mama.
Oh yeah, Bill. Yeah. Anyways, that chick every morning walked by where we worked. You know, sometimes with a bikini on. Sometimes, right. You know, my wife would look. I would look. You could not look at.
No,
things,
yeah.
You know? She's a bodybuilder.
Yeah,
she was camped right by where we were and everything else.
I was wanting to name them.
I wanted to name them. In the morning when she'd come in for like coffee and stuff, I would be like, you know, you gotta have something covering them up.
Yeah, man.
I don't want to be the guy to tell you that, but you do.
My hands will work just fine.
All right. No.
Anyways.
Yeah, but you know, the whole experience of working there is a little bit different from years of me being the guy on the other side of the fence, you know?
Yeah.
I kind of look at it as being the Wizard of Oz, you know? Hey, don't look behind this curtain. You're
going to recognize me.
All right. And there's some people that, you know, over the years I've met because I've cooked there. They come and say hi to me, you know? And you met a lot of people, campers, and people, hey, that was a good burger you cooked.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, it's just, that's the other thing I like about it too, is just meeting the people. And, you know, every year it's like, hey, Captain, hey, what's going on? What's this? Hey, how are you? You know, I think they get that kind of quality of a friendship too that brings you back to the rally every year, you know?
Well, yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, yeah, the interaction is great. I loved it. I loved sitting out there, sitting in the back on the tables, taking a break, and people walk up to me, dude, do you guys make that burger? Thank you. I mean, just like, wow. Like, dude, it's really nothing, you know? But pizza. It is, yeah.
Pizza is another thing. We just
sauce,
dough, a little cheese. And
yep.
At 3 o'clock in the morning,
when
you're
drunk,
you're just like, this is the best pizza I ever ate in my life. Here's $5 tip.
You know?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let's see. But like Legion on here, Mr. We call him, because most of my crew, you know, they get a pirate name some way or another because you go through, like, your real name isn't Lee.
No, it's not.
And the company didn't even know that you worked for us by your real name.
Yeah,
they were going to fire your real name and give your fake name a check. And then we're like, no, they're they're one and the same person,
I even wrote that down for them when I went in. I go by this, so when I introduce
Right.
myself to people, this is my name. This is my real name, is my legit name, but this is my paperwork. I don't go by. You call me by it, and I don't even recognize it.
So I called you General Lee because
Yep.
you were kind of older and you kind of helped me out with the younger kids and keep Preacher underhand.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
And we had Long John, who he just he loves his being out there walking in the woods with me because
it is beautiful.
As working out there, working 800 acres. We know every tree. There's gravestones out there.
Yep.
There's tombstone trees. There's things like that as you kind of take care of when your resident people show up and they see, oh, they actually weed whacked around these tombstones and made tombstone tree all clean around it. We take a little pride in it, and it's always fun just walking the land. John's breakfast burritos were another.
Oh yeah, John's breakfast burrito. Yeah, poor John, man. I did not envy John in the morning.
All right.
I wanted to work in the morning so I could have the nice, but John kicked some fucking ass. There is no denying that fucker kicked ass. I have to applaud him. He kept it going. He did it by himself. Cap didn't come in there until like 9, 10.
About 9, 10, yeah.
Yeah, I come in about 11. So yeah.
Pretty much about 3 hours, 2 hours.
All prep, getting it all ready.
Right.
And then in the morning, first thing, everybody's drunk hungover doing, that morning. So damn well they're like, fuck. So yeah, I give props to John now. Big time.
Yeah, because everybody, once you become part of my crew, you get a name, and you already had one. So I just called you kind of generally.
Yeah.
And Long John, we called him Long John, or they called him Ninja John.
Yeah, Long John and Ninja.
Yeah, we had Ninja.
Always got a knife on him.
That too. We had Ben with us, Bend Over.
Or Bendilitis, or whatever.
Right.
All kinds of Ben names.
If you're a teenager, well, he's not really a teenager. He was in his 20s, I guess, But
yeah, he is. And honestly, he did try, and some of the stuff I'd sign, I have to give it to him. But he did get a bad dude. He got a lot of shit.
He got a lot of shit, but he's still around today. So that's where I give him the maximum props.
Exactly. I mean, if you can work directly with Sean right now, yeah, he got mad props from me.
But that was his first year working out there too, as a young kid, and he was the same way. Just here's a camper. This is where you're staying. Mom and Pa were like, I ain't holding your hand. You figure out your food. You figure out, and that's the hardest thing I think for a lot of people is once they get there is they don't realize, oh, I want to advance on my check. Well, you haven't worked more than a day, and they're not going to give you more than what you've already paid. Right. So, and that's always the hardest thing for me is during lunchtime, you see some of these transient guys where they're like,
where they're hungry.
I haven't ate 3 days. I was hoping to at least get here and get a little bit. All right, dude, here's some ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Here's an extra sandwich. We've had a lot of them little kids that were even like, I forgot my lunch money.
Well, remember Crash, right?
Yeah.
He had no money for a couple of days, and it's like, dude, if you're hungry, man, come over, I'll feed you. I'll give you a can of chill. I'll give you something.
Right.
Preacher bitching me for that. He did.
Well, it's like feeding a stray dog.
I told him I have a lot of money, but I'll make sure you eat. I can't see somebody's going hungry.
Exactly.
I mean, I truthfully was under the impression they fed you while you were there. I didn't read the fine print where it's only the 2 weeks.
Right.
But the rest of the time you're on your own, so I kind of I had to rebudget a few things too. But I said I was really amazed he pitched me out over that. He told me, well, I can't afford to help him. Who had that's Preacher. He was part of everything. He was everybody's business. It was all him. He was involved in everything.
Right. I mean,
and it's Preacher.
Yeah, he had preach and preach and preach. But it was funny when we would just sit there and go, preach, preacher, preach.
Yeah, it was.
Tell us, brother. Tell us all about it. Like,
and he
not
would
all
just
of
go.
us are there.
And just go.
Right. Like, this dumb motherfucker won't work for me. This kid won't over here.
I hit the floor the first time. Oh, man. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think he catched on until towards the end. Well, we were actually.
Yeah, I think that's what kind of really made him. I think that's kind of what made him leave. Because I remember that conversation just before you left. Well, I'm out of here. And I remember making something. Everybody making fun of me, and
right.
We were just going with it. We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you. Okay, we're laughing at you.
So then, towards the end of the rally, like usually the last day of the rally is Sunday. Campers have left. You know, a lot of you employees and myself, you know, we seen that party go by and we watched the circus come into town, and we all wanted to be a part of it, but you know, we had to be out there doing our part to make sure that the show went on. Right. So then I throw like a captain's party on a Sunday night, and you know, the picture I used for this thumbnail, you have like a big white bandage on your nose. And I think it's like a cork or something hanging off your ear. And the party had only started like an hour. And you're like, well, I'm bleeding. It ain't a party without somebody bleeding.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, so we didn't have a beer bottle opener. I couldn't find one. I had a beer that, well, apparently I couldn't get it off out my hands. So I put it on the table, popped that puppy, and that cap came back and just went and just sliced me. And it just felt like it flicked off me. I was no big deal. All of a sudden, blood just cut. It just didn't stop. So I got toilet paper here, got toilet paper there, nicked my hair, got toilet paper there. Like, I just got cut myself shaving, you know. Nothing see here.
So half the night you're walking around with like this half a piece of toilet paper off your nose, some hanging off your cheek, and it was the funniest thing because you're like, I never bleed, and then it was just like, oh,
boom!
God,
oh shit, I'm bleeding.
Who punched Lee? He's all bleeding from the nose.
It looked like somebody just whipped my ass.
Yeah, and the captain's party. I mean, that's just one of them things that you gotta kind of have to be there to, you know,
to appreciate, or at least to film, because it'd be great to put on YouTube.
Well, no pictures, no.
Hey,
all right.
What happens there goes on Facebook.
No, Facebook won't even allow that.
That's actually very true.
But I look at that as my appreciation to like the employees. Some employees, you noticed, were already gone by that time.
Yeah, a lot of them were gone. The ones that were there did show up.
I'm working 10 days and then that's it. Yeah. Not the 14 or whatever.
Some of your special higher ups showed up.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, that was really cool for, an employee get together, so to speak. They weren't all even employees; they were just kind of randoms too, weren't they?
Well, yeah, there was some like camper guests that show up.
Yeah, that way too. Yeah. Well, they saw a party. Like, hey,
right.
What the heck?
End of the party. Let's go party over there. You know, there's a bonfire.
There's more beer.
All right. That's a lot of it there. Oh, more alcohol.
Yeah.
You haven't drank for 14 days straight.
14 sick. Yeah, wait. It's been over 3 minutes. It's been more than 3 minutes.
I need more.
Right.
But, that's what I try to give back to the employees, and like we were just saying, a lot of employees have already gone. The ones that actually stay, you kind of get a bond with and a friendship with. Even if you can't stand them, you're like, hey, I respect you.
Yeah, you're still here.
Have a beer with you at the end.
Yeah.
You're a cocksucker. You yelled at me and blah, 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 blah. I don't give a fuck. But I'll have a beer with you. The rally's over. Blah, blah, blah. No hard feelings, That's kind of how that captain party goes is, hey, if you got something to say, just say it, or have a laugh.
I said everything I had to say to you.
Right, every day.
Exactly.
Fuck you. I hate you that you make me clock in.
I had no holds barred here. I mean,
well, it was always about 10 to that 11 o'clock time at night. You were like, I hate my job.
I hate everybody.
I hate my job. Look, there goes a whole golf cart full of
naked ass
chicks.
I could have been up in that shit. I could have been up shit. I did catch up to 3 of the nipple girls. That was a beautiful thing. I was bobbing up. I do have some video of it. I should post that shit. But so I was in my truck. I just got off work, and I go and get me some beers, and I figure I'm going to drive this strip, check it out. So I drive up, and I see all this trailer and this truck pulling it or whatever. That was one of those little 4 ATVs, whatever. Pulling it. Yeah. And his mom, and there's like 10 chicks on the back, no tops on them. And all they're singing to dance up there, free the nip, free the nip. So I had to get up and discuss what nipple they're freeing, how they're freeing it, what they feel about it, and if they'd free some more for me. So it was pretty interesting conversation.
But you could not tell me that there was a pandemic going on with the way people were acting. And
no, even in my videos, you'll hear me. I can say it, and I've said it many times. Like, it's just all BS, and right. So that's a whole side issue, so to speak. But yeah, no one was worried about COVID. I think there were like literally 3 reported cases after that. No, 7 reported cases after that. Right. Nobody there was worried about it.
500,000 people.
Yeah, we were all dancing the streets, pretty much like these. So yeah.
Much.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was like the one biker guy I talked to. He was just like, I just drink 100 proof stuff. I'll be all right.
Right.
I ain't got to get no corona.
Ain't got no Rona.
If it can last that 100, I mean, good for it. It's a big goal.
Well, I mean, think about it. I crossed, 4 or 5 states getting here. Most of these people had as well. They didn't spread no Rona. They didn't got no Rona.
Right.
Ask me Ronas. Well, okay, statistically, it can kill you, but it's far less deadly than the cold. But there again, that's a whole big different side thing
of the world. And,
yeah,
because they were actually going to cancel it, but then overall, you can't cancel something that a lot of people already had invested in, and they were going to come no matter what. And then that was the whole thing is, well, if they're going to come, then they're going to need people to work. So I might have to step up more. And, and like I said, usually I have 4 employees. This year we only had
3 guys, 3 on my first year.
And that at least breaks it up. So you
I could have gone away for a couple hours and played around if you had 4.
Right. So if you want a job next year.
Yeah, right. You better have like 10 over there. So I'm skidding out all over the place. I'll work right up to the week before the rally, and then fuck you all.
I'll open up Food Stand 3, and you can just retire out there.
There you go. What, you want food, dude? There's the microwave.
Right. I'm here to watch the strippers anyways on the poles.
Right. It's my job. I got to make sure they're aesthetically correct and oiled at all times.
Yeah, it was. I think I've had a couple, what was his name? Quincy or whatever. We called him Q-Tip.
It was Clinton, wasn't it?
Clinton. Wasn't
he when we called Q-Tip, right?
Yeah, Q-Tip.
Susie Q.
Susie Q. Yeah, there's Qbert, Toothless Tommy.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a pirate name one way or another. Pirate Hooker. Long John.
Yeah.
I had Barrel Boy. I've had Poop Shoot.
Scotch.
I mean, I've had a sailor out there. Hey, sailor. Hey. But there was a couple other people that was there for 2 days and then gone.
A lot of them.
Right. It's either they don't want to do the work or they want to come for the party and party only. That's why for many years I just worked it. I just was one of the partiers, Then it's kind of like, well, I could work and I know the partying part of it, so I can do both of this,
Right.
I can work 12 hours and go party 6 hours and then still get 6 hours of sleep.
That's
what it only works once, so let me tell you, and then you're like, oh man, I got 13 more days to do this. I don't know. Older you get is harder to recover from too.
You for yourself, I'm okay as long as I'm
right.
Got my baby beetroots.
Beetroots, yeah. That was funny too. Yeah, beetroots. Come to work and his lips are all red with beetroots, and I was like, I don't want to know what you were doing in the shower house.
Right.
Your business is your business.
I told you that dude's wife. I told him, I was trying to do that.
And you looked at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. Like, you got like red lipstick. Oh, you're like, oh, that's my beetroot. I'm like, I don't care what they call it. Beetroot, beet your meat.
Beet my beetroot.
All right.
Beet my root meat.
But yeah, all in all, it was, it was all right for a good year, and I had fun experiences, and you meet a lot of characters.
You do.
You
You
know?
do. I mean, I got to spend some time with some of the customers and stuff like that. Business owners, various people, stuff like that. Some decent conversations with them about what was going on, this and that, and all the other fun stuff. But I got to meet some really cool people. So I did get that. That was an honor to meet some of the people I've met.
We had a live band there too with us. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a live band. It was like a guy with a guitar and a chick singing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, it was a few different ones. They're bands. I mean,
Right.
they had like that 3-person band. They're just like probably some local. No, they said they were moving that one. But anyways, some of them had to be local because they really wouldn't be worth traveling for that. Unless that's how they pay for their rally. I don't know.
But they
And
might.
if that yeah, hell, if it works, why not?
And usually there's like, I think there was a concert you wanted to go to, but you had to work nights.
Well, I did want to see Two Live Crew. That was one of them.
Right. I got you.
And there was another one. Oh man, what was it? It was either. Oh man, what's his name? Yeah, sorry.
But there's a lot.
Willie Nelson.
Yeah,
just
Willie
because
Nelson.
I mean I'm not in the
He
country.
canceled out anyway.
Yeah, I'm not in the country much or anything, but Willie Nelson's a legend. I've always just wanted to see him. Actually, I'd like to just meet the guy for 30 seconds. Hey man, you probably smoke more than I do.
Well, should we end the show? Call it a night. Cheers to those who
Cheers
are
to
out.
those.
Right.
I'll do one more cheer. Well, I was cheering myself this whole night.
That one.
Yeah, it goes. I do that every night. The one I'm cheering myself. So cheers, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it.
See you on the flip side. Thanks for joining us.